Continuing now with Fox News analyst Sarah Palin, who's in Arkansas this evening and has some thoughts on this scene from the Family Guy.
You're gonna be this rude all evening? You haven't asked me anything about myself.
Oh, sorry. So what do your parents do?
That's better. My dad's an accountant, and my mom is the former governor of Alaska.
So, Governor, what do you think? It's pretty nasty, is it not?
This world is full of cruel, cold-hearted people who would do such a thing. Look, I look at Trig and I see perfection. I see a precious little child already toddling around. You can see that he has a heart of gold. I also can see into the future that Trig is going to have a pretty tough, challenging life in front of him. He's going to face things as special needs children will be facing much more difficult than we ever will. So why make it tougher on the special needs community? That's what I thought when I first heard about this this episode that really isn't funny. But so many people had asked me, well, what's your reaction to this? You know, you had Rahm Emanuel using the effing retard term, calling people out, and you've had other people mocking, even our president mocked Special Olympiads. And well, what do you say about this Fox Hollywood episode of this cartoon? And one person who had asked me my reaction was my daughter Bristol. And I asked Bristol, I said, well, honey, what do you think about this? And Bristol gave me words that were very wise and very gracious. And they were such good words in terms of what her response was to this episode that I Facebooked it today. And I'm like, Bristol, I'm going to let your words speak for me because you're much more gracious and I guess forgiving of things like this than I could be. So on my Facebook has the comments from Bristol that kind of sum up the way I look at people who think that things like this are funny.
All right, you want to just give us a hint? And some of the people don't have computers and stuff like that. And
yeah,
just to summarize it, how?
When is enough enough? And when are we going to be willing to say, you know, some things just aren't really funny?
No,
and,
I agree with you. Look, this guy McFarlane who did this, is a hater, makes a lot of money for Fox, but I think there should be some standards sometime, but apparently there aren't.
Well, this is what Bristol said about it too, though. Bristol reminded me, and she'll remind these million-plus Facebook readers, she's going to remind people that those in the special needs community truly are some of the most loving and compassionate people in the world. So why pile it on to them and make their lives even that much more challenging?
Yeah,
she said it best.
Now, I want to give you a chance to clarify something that I've gotten a lot of mail on. You call for Rahm Emanuel to actually step aside because he said effing retard. And then Rush Limbaugh said it. He was talking about political correctness. That was before Emanuel, I think it was. But you said, okay, there was a difference between what Emanuel did.
Yeah,
and
so
what
let's
Limbaugh
talk
did.
about this. Let's clarify. First, Rahm Emanuel, who represents the most powerful man, the leader of our free world, called people, a group of people whom he disagreed with, effing retards. Quite inappropriate. And on my Facebook, I said there too, I don't think he should be part of our president's inner circle making decisions that affect every single one of us. So that's what I said about Rahm Emanuel. I thought that that was very insensitive, and not just for that reason, his terminology, his coarse language, but I think he's given our president some very bad advice in a whole realm of different areas. So I think, you know, there needs to be a replacement there. And as for Rush Limbaugh, no, I believe that it was after Rahm Emanuel said what he said that Rush Limbaugh, using satire, not calling a group of people effing retards, but using, yes, the R word. And I said that calling names of any person, any party, it's just, come on, let's all grow up and let's not call each other names, because it certainly kind of invalidates what our argument's all about when we start calling people names.
Okay, but just to be clear, you didn't come down on Mr. Limbaugh because you felt that, what, he didn't have any ill intent in what he said, or why didn't you come down on him a little harder?
As I have explained, he was using satire, using the R word so he can bring to light what it was that Rahm Emanuel was calling other people. And, and then, too, I think that's why a lot of people said, okay, well, you come down hard on the president for teasing Special Olympiads. You come down hard on Rahm Emanuel for calling people effing retards. Are you going to say anything about Fox having this episode about Family Guy teasing a special needs child? And that's why I reacted to that one, too. When I gave my vice presidential nomination speech at the GOP convention, I promised the special needs community that they would have a friend and an advocate in the White House. And just because John McCain and I did not win, that did not take away my passion for helping those who want to reach out and ask me to do what I can to allow this country, this world, to be a more welcoming place for all innocent people, all special needs children. I'm going to keep pursuing that in our country until we are a more tolerant, compassionate, welcoming place for the innocents.
You know, that's very noble, Governor, and I can't say enough. I mean, I think that is excellent. When people like Family Guy do what they do, I think you got to call them out. I think you got to call them out every time until it stops. And we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us and clarify stuff tonight. Have fun in Arkansas. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Okay.